Hey guys, I'm Erik Peterson, and I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for skillofattraction.com. And today's coaching video is called Maintaining Attraction in a Long Distance Relationship, or LDR. Now, as many of you know, these coaching videos is when one of you guys writes in, asks me a question, or sometimes it's from one of my coaching clients that I helped out. And the idea here is that if it's a good question that I think will benefit my subscribers or the YouTube viewing community as a whole, I will make a video about it. And in this particular email, this comes from a guy in Central America, and he's obviously involved in a long distance relationship with a girl from South America. And it hasn't been really long. They've only been together for like a month, but she was already starting to pull away, and he actually found my work and he started to apply some of the things I teach, and she's starting to come back a little bit, and he kind of put together a plan on how to maintain her attraction considering that she's quite far away. And he just wants to know if his plan is a good plan and if he could add anything to it and things of that nature. But before we get started on the video, if you guys find this video helpful or any of my videos helpful, I would really appreciate a thumbs up and to share it with any of your friends and family who may also find it helpful. And I would also really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button down below and tick that little bell symbol that's next to the subscribe button. By doing that, you will get real-time notifications of when I upload new videos. And if you guys have any questions, whether it be about one of my videos or you're having your own problems in a relationship and you just have some questions about it, please feel free to send me an email. Just head over to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the Contact tab, and shoot me an email from there. Now, I get lots of emails, and I have to take care of my paying clients first, but I will get back to you. I will get back to you as soon as I can, but it may take a little bit. Just be patient, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Now, if you need to get in touch with me right away, I offer several options. I do private coaching as well, and I will answer you within 24 to 48 hours, depending on what option you select. And I also provide monthly coaching where I will work with you throughout the month to try to get whatever relationship issue you're having turned around and try to get you back on track as best as we can. Now, if this interests you, head over to my website again at skillofattraction.com, click on the coaching tab, and select the option that works best for you. And just so you guys know, I will put the links to both my contact page and my coaching page in the description down below. So let's get on to the video. This user writes in, "Hello, sir. I found very interesting all of your videos and tips." Now, once again, I wanted to make sure you guys realize he comes from Central America. English isn't his first language, which is completely fine. I'm not putting anyone down here, but I just want you guys to understand that I'm trying to read this verbatim. So I want to make sure you guys understand that, yes, I can read, but I'm reading exactly what they put in the email here. He says, "I have an LDR, or long distance relationship, with a girl from South America. We have never met before in person." Now, long distance relationships in general are not a very good idea. They're very difficult. And part of that reason is because you have to have some kind of physical intimacy between you two. Now, obviously, if you were in a relationship and you're forced apart either by maybe you got a job in another state or across the country, or maybe in a different country, or you met in school and you graduated and you guys both moved back home, it's a little bit more understandable. But if you meet someone like online, it's a much better idea to try to find someone that's local, because, like I said, you need to have some kind of physical intimacy. So if you are participating in a long-distance relationship, you need to figure out a way to meet up on some sort of regular basis, just so you could touch each other and kiss each other and have sex and look at each other in the eye. I mean, these are all important ingredients for maintaining a healthy relationship. He goes on here. So basically, all my work to seduce her and attract her was done by texting and calling. Everything was nice at the start. It's always great at the start. By now, we have been in a relationship a single month. She says, I love you first, and she was contacting me first too, but suddenly, she started to pull away. I cannot lie. In my day by day, I'm a very self-confident, ambitious, and interesting guy. But when I find a girl very important to me, I don't know why, when I feel she's interested and in love with me, I just start acting needy, romantic, surprising her every time, making all the things that a Disney's prince will do instead of being myself again. I'm completely the nice guy with her. Well, honestly, this happens with a lot of guys, and that doesn't make it okay. But I know plenty of men that are very confident and masculine in their day-to-day life, but as soon as they get around a beautiful girl or they start falling for a girl, they just turn into this big ball of mush. And women are not attracted to that at all. They like strong, confident men. And if this is you, there's something that's lacking in your life that's making you feel that you don't add up. And part of it is, I mean, he says it right in here, a Disney prince. We get a lot of this stuff from Disney movies when we're children or even when we're older. But also as we're older, the same Disney-style romances are perpetuated in romantic comedies. And the men in these movies, they're always putting a girl up on a pedestal and, doing all these ultra romantic things and being extra nice to her. And those are all nice ideas, but women do not respond positively to any of this stuff. I mean, a little bit once you're in a committed relationship, but the idea is you have to maintain a little bit of mystery and challenge in order for a woman's attraction for you to grow. I mean, women love that stuff. Even if they tell you they don't, they do. So you need to get it out of your head that in these movies, what you are seeing is not reality. And it kind of cracks me up in a way because we all see these movies and we know that, the big explosions and the shootouts and the car chases and all that stuff is not real. I mean, sometimes that stuff does happen, but I mean, it's so rare. It's not real. But yet we believe how the love story goes. And sometimes there are really great love stories, but I mean, in real life. But for the most part, do not follow how men act in movies. There are exceptions, but for the most part, do not do it. I made the mistake to pursue her a little. I was initiating the conversations, double texting her, making her letters to express my love, and that things that when I read right now what I'm doing, I'm just feel like I'm disappointing myself. So basically, he's realized all the stuff he's doing, the over pursuing her, which this is over pursuing. He wasn't pursuing her a little. He was over pursuing her. But he has realized that all this stuff is a mistake, and he's disappointed in himself for acting like this. And you guys should be. You can't act like this and think that a woman is just going to throw herself at you, because she's not. But then I found the no contact rule. So I just started to put it in practice, and 2 days after she texts me an audio saying that she loves me, she missed me, telling me her day, asking about mine. See what happens when you back off a little bit and you're not just smothering her and over pursuing her? Now the tables have turned a little bit. Now she's telling him that she loves him and that she misses him. She's pursuing him a little bit now. He says, I don't watch it or listen to it at first. I was talking with another guy in WhatsApp. So then she texts me, are you ignoring me? Well, then my answer for the whole convo was, hey, I wasn't ignoring you. I was busy. That's good. You didn't drop everything to speak to her. And I understand for anybody, their girl's important, but if you're in the middle of something, you just don't drop everything to talk to her. It will not, in the beginning, it'll be okay. She'll be flattered by it. But if you continue doing that stuff, it's going to backfire. Where was I here? Oh, then my answer for the whole convo was, hey, I wasn't ignoring you. I was busy. Then we talked a little more, and then she pulls away, ignoring me without watching my last text. So I made the mistake again of double texting her. And see what she was doing right there is she was used to you being extra nice and, being extra responsive and dropping everything to speak to her. But suddenly you stopped doing it. And she noticed that. And it caused a little bit of anxiety in her. That's why she was shooting you messages saying how much she loved you and missed you. But because that wasn't what she's used to with you, she started testing you. So by her pulling away a little bit, she was testing you to see if you really were that confident, strong man that you were appearing to be all of a sudden. And unfortunately, you failed the test by double texting her. But that's not the end of the world. It happened one time. Just don't do it again. Because that was definitely a test. It's not a conscious test. Most of the time, it's not a conscious test. It's just how women are wired. And this, to me, sounds like this was an unconscious test on her part. Then this morning, she sends me an apologize for not answering and for being so off the last day. I told her that it doesn't matter and that I can't wait to see her lately. We accord a date through Skype this afternoon since Monday. Okay, I don't exactly understand what he's saying here, but what I believe he is saying is that he just told her that he's looking forward to seeing her because they scheduled a Skype date. And it's important to note here that if you're in a long-distance relationship, if you're always texting, it's going to kill attraction. Over-texting kills attraction in any relationship. But it's a little more difficult not to remain in some sort of communication through your phone or the computer when you're in a long-distance relationship. So the best thing that you could do, since you can't, just meet up for a drink or a date on a whim, is to schedule Skype or FaceTime dates. Because this way you could look them in the eye and laugh with each other and see each other's facial expressions, things of that nature. And it's a lot more important than you may think. So if you are in a long distance relationship, you want to figure out a way to schedule Skype or FaceTime dates in between the times that you should be meeting up in person. I mean, you could do candlelight dinners over Skype and FaceTime. You could drink wine together. I mean, you could do all kinds of things. I mean, obviously, it's not exactly the same as being with each other, but, you got to work with what you have. So this is my plan. I will try to be less available for her and make her interested in me through funny conversations, being charming and playful, obviously giving her my love, but not too easily, and in a minor quantity than her. And that things that I really am, but focusing the relationship into 1 or 2 dates, he means Skype dates, a week. Leading the relationship to a point when we're not together all the time through this cybernetic tools. And actually, this is the perfect way to handle this. The only thing that I want to make sure that you're doing right here is when you said you want to be less available to her. which you should do, but you want to do it authentically. And what I mean by that is when you see her texting you or something of that nature, you don't want to just ignore her texts. You want to actually be busy with doing other things. And the idea is to fill your life up with exciting things that you're passionate about. You know, focus on your mission in life. Focus on your hobbies, your career, working out at the gym, socializing with friends, going out, doing fun and exciting and interesting things. I mean, all these things as a whole makes you that much more attractive man. But it also keeps you busy. So when she does reach out to you, you're actually busy doing things that are important to you, and you're not just playing games with her. That's what I'm getting at. I'm not saying that you should be doing all these things just so you're busy when she contacts you, but you should be doing these things for yourself because, like I said, it makes you that much more of an interesting and exciting, confident man. And women are very attracted to that. He says, I think it will be healthier for the relationship. It absolutely will be healthier for the relationship, and it will help maintain her attraction. And talking about texting, thing that I think it's very important in a LDR in some way, I've planned that if I'm doing well, she's the one that will initiating contact, and I have to initiate 1 or 2 times a week. But always focusing on keep her attracted and scheduling dates. Again, this is exactly the right way to be handling this. The only thing that I want to point out here, I mean, it is important. Obviously, you're going to have to be doing some kind of more texting than you would be if you were dating a girl that lived in your neighborhood or in your town. But you still want to try to keep, reel in the texting a little bit, because overdoing it, it will kill attraction. And you're talking about initiating 1 or 2 times a week. And ideally, yes, that is correct. And what he's talking about is he's trying to get her to initiate more than him. But I just want to make sure you're not being robotic about this. Like saying, okay, well, I initiated twice this week, so the rest is up to her. You don't want to think in terms of that way. In general, you want to follow what they call the 80-20 rule. And this works in so many areas of your life, not just in relationships. But as far as this video is concerned, we're going to use this for texting. And the 80-20 rule basically is saying that, she will do 80% of the initiating and he will do 20% of the initiating. And I know a lot of my female viewers are probably thinking right now, no, it should be 50-50. And in a perfect world, it would be 50-50. But the thing is, women just don't respond as positive if you're both putting in, if you're both initiating 50% of the time. It's like you're too available and you're not enough of a challenge. You may still be a challenge, but just not quite enough where it gets her excited to talk to you. But if you follow what I suggested earlier about keeping your life busy and fulfilling, by focusing on your mission, focusing on your career, doing fun things, socializing, hitting the gym, all those things of that nature, naturally, you're not going to be initiating any kind of contact with her. I mean, you are to some degree, but you will not be overdoing it. And just because she's in love with you or she wants to speak with you, she's going to be initiating far more. It's part of feminine energy to to bond and to open up and to maintain relationships. So naturally, she's going to be doing that anyway, unless you start overdoing it, and then she's going to back off. So just think of it as the 80-20 rule. You don't want to be robotic about it because eventually she's going to pick up on that. As I say in many of my videos and my blog articles, women are far more intuitive than us guys, so they know what's going on. Don't think you can pull the wool over their eyes for long. Maybe you can in the beginning, but not for long. They'll figure it out. He says, so what I want to know, am I doing well? Or I need to apply another thing? Can you give me advice at this? Thank you very much. I was feeling very upset, needy, angry, but I found your work and I just learned a lot of things. Well, that's great. I'm really happy to hear that my work has helped you along. And for the most part, your plan that you have listed here is perfect. The only thing that I would change up a little bit, what I mentioned in the beginning, is you have to figure out a way to see each other in person on a semi-regular basis. I'm not saying every week or even every month, but you should be doing it somewhat on a regular basis. Whether it's every other month or maybe every 3 months, but maybe one time you could fly to see her and the next time she could fly to see you, or maybe you guys meet somewhere in the middle. I know it's difficult, it's not cheap to fly, but you have to figure out some way to maintain some kind of physical intimacy between the two of you, or the relationship will eventually die. And more than likely what will happen is one or both of you will end up cheating on the other one, because I mean, as humans, we need that physical intimacy, and when you're not getting it, you're gonna go look for it elsewhere. It's just human nature, unfortunately. But other than that, I think you're doing a great job, and I'm really happy to hear that my work has helped you along. So I think that's it for this video. If you guys have found this video of any value, I also, in the description down below, I also have a link if you would like to donate through PayPal. It could be for any amount. I would appreciate it. And that's it for this video. So I will catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.